little tired, a little wired, and I think I deserve a little appreciation. One more.
Hello, and welcome back, Bearers of the Curse, to another Staying Alive with me. Bill here, and oh man, okay. I know I keep adding things to the backlog. However, this is a game I've been wanting to sink my teeth into for a while, and then I started. And I've already told this story about how I lost my most recent, most modern PC with, all the good bits. However, it does look like it's able to play on the hardware I have now. This will actually be my first time testing it out here with you. But ultimately, if it runs well, if I don't run into any issues, this is going to be another kind of, I guess, main title that I end up playing a little more frequently than others, right? But my first time, excuse me, the first I heard about the game was when I really started to, I'm going to turn that down a little bit. When I really first started to kind of dip my toes into the C or TRPG genre. Because, I mean, before that, like, Final Fantasy was, like, pretty much the extent of it. Outside of, like, the action RPGs, like Kingdom Hearts, for instance. So, I started subscribing to this guy, Mortismo Gaming. And that's all this guy's been covering his whole career. I think it's been 10 years now. I think. Maybe 5. Something like that. But this one caught my eye. I'm not even a Warhammer... Excuse me. And that's the thing. I'm not and never have been a Warhammer fan. I didn't even know what a Warhammer was until... 2018 maybe. One of the friends that we would play D&D with in the back of his shop, he had converted a big old game table and had all the the figures. He painted them as well, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So he explained it to me. And I didn't realize how big this franchise is. Like, Warhammer's making bank off of their license. And just more keeps happening. The sequel to this just came out. But all of that to say, my initial experience with this game, it just caught me. It's another one of those sort of like Helldivers where it's like you're a Starship Trooper, like you're the bad guy, but don't know it, and you're very committed, right, to your cause. I don't know how any of the rest of... I mean, it's called Warhammer. Man. I just started Space Marine. That's also Warhammer. I just started that yesterday. I should be back with that, I believe, next Wednesday. Yeah, this looks like a pretty juicy franchise, man. If they're all in like the same vein and atmo of, say, like Rogue Trader, I think I'm gonna try to go in, man. And not to necessarily try to play every game, but the C or TTRPG, like I say, it just gelled with me. I'm gonna turn the volume back up a bit. It's a phenomenal soundtrack, and I've listened to the whole soundtrack. This is the most serious soundtrack I've ever heard. Like, you know how most action, drama, suspense, thrillers, what have you, they usually have some moment of like levity in the soundtrack. This is the most overly serious, in the good way, soundtrack I've ever heard. It just doesn't let up. It's always this. It's always this. And I love it. Anyway, let me stop yapping and let me hop into it. I just got this installed. And if you're wondering right now, I don't know. I think that there might be a Warhammer franchise sale. I'm not too sure. But I just happened to search, as I usually do. I'm going to talk a bit because I want to listen to this. But you know, time to time you go in and see if the things that you want are on sale, and I searched for Rogue Trader. $20. I'm like, you know what? Sure. My disability just came, and I can indulge a little bit, right? Outside of the necessities. And so I'm glad that I can hop back into it, and maybe it's something you'll end up liking too. And that inspires you to get the franchise to try yourself. Here, let me adjust the volume a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it like that. And if you do happen to jump in during the live stream, please let me know, or even after, in the comments. Please do let me know if, once again, the sound is just off. I don't think there's anything I need to look at here other than... Actually, hold on. I love the UI in this game is it's fantastic. The aesthetic of like all of it, it's beautiful. I love it. Let's see. What's up? Okay. That's an option, mute audio when the game window is collapsed. I wish other games had that. There'd be a little less jank going on. Okay. Shit. Now, I did notice I was having like some sort of bug where I think the tutorial messages kept going off. Like, that could have been Divinity. I'm probably thinking about Divinity. But yeah, just like the tutorial messages, like every time a new objective came on, it would just keep going and going and going. And you couldn't do anything about it. Sometimes turning them off here in the menu helped, but sometimes it didn't. Seeing what's here. I was on lost focus. Okay. Revert. In case I did anything. Alright, here, let me move this screen back just a bit. Okay, scenario. And phenomenal voice acting, by the way, too. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, the scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over the trade protectorate and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of Von Valancius as it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks and without, as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of this shattered protectorate and forge a new path toward the Von Valancius dynasty. Currently finding itself in a vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. The stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with the terrifyingly powerful and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Cronus Expanse. But you know what? I'm going to adjust my monitor lighting real quick just a bit. Had video calls today and it's kind of rough right now. I saw red. Here, I'm gonna do this. Stand by for me. What I don't want to do is play with glasses. I'm gonna go red again. Alright. I'll go normal. I'm not... Ooh, I know what I wanted to adjust. I don't want them to be talking all the time. I could adjust that a little later. Normal. Oh, okay. No, don't. Something happened. Hold on, back. Sure. Okay. I thought it wasn't reading my controller prompt, the press of the button, and it was just the game kind of taking a while to load in. Hecta. You know, I think I liked Hecta. Death World, Crime Lord. I feel like I tried him too. I feel like I want to choose her simply because Imperial World gets the most like advantages. Okay. Soldier. I'll go ahead and read all of them too. A soldier, well trained in a highly diverse range of arms. A soldier is particularly proficient at blasting their targets with burst fire and area weapons. Core focuses, movement and ranged attacks, cover and dodge, burst fire, area attacks. Slaughter. I think I'm gonna go with her. ballistic, skill, perception. Next archetype. Hello? Okay.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. Hold on, it's like freezing up and shit again.
We need to investigate.
Time to reap the spoils of the battle.
Operative. An operative uses intelligence and perception to find and exploit weaknesses in an enemy's defenses. None can withstand an attack from an operative. Core focus. Precise single attacks, defense penetration, area debuffs, consistent firing position. What? Dismantling attack? Huh. Tech use logic. Alright, I'm thinking about leaning in that direction. Warriors are combatants boasting exceptional melee prowess, capable of dealing high damage in close quarters combat and withstanding heavy amounts of damage. They also excel at drawing enemies' attention from less defended allies. Core focus melee, movement and dodge, armor, and parry, taunts, soaking damage. That sounds cool too. I think he uses the saw sword, the saw blade. Carouse and athletics. Death World. This is a Death World. On Death Worlds, the plants, beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself take aggressive and destructive forms inimical to human life. Whilst exceptionally difficult to colonize, many Death Worlds possess valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the galaxy. Those tested and found wanting die young. Agility, toughness, and strength. Dude, that's a... Mind you, too, there's custom character. I don't dare try to mess with custom character. Not yet, man. I ain't got the skill for that. Let's see here.
To arms!
They're both Death World.
Another clean strike.
The saw blade is fun, though. And very powerful. I feel like I'm gonna have to work a little harder with Hector. That's okay. I'm gonna do it. I'll about do it. Okay. Excuse me. Alright. Astra Militarum Commander. The Astra Militarum, commonly known as the Imperial Guard, is the primary fighting force of the Imperium and the first line of defense from the myriad threats that endanger the existence of humanity in the 41st millennium. You have served as one of the commanders of an Astra Militarium regiment, commanding thousands and winning battles in the name of the God Emperor. Brand of shame. I can't coerce. As the commander-in-chief of a disastrous military campaign, you are buried in shame. Fear of greatness. You utilized your talents as a commander to achieve a great victory over the ruinous powers. Alright. Regimental tactics. Okay.
The best defense is a good offense.
Here, let's see this while we're looking at it. What does the Crime Lord do? The Imperium survives and prospers in no small part due to the narrowness of its vision, but a rebellious mind and a will such as yours could not be so easily constrained. The dark paths of smugglers and renegades that wind behind the facade of the Imperium society offer a dangerous refuge for those unwilling to bow to the law. You used to be one of these dangerous yet resourceful individuals. Weapon skill, perception, logic. The last plan. Okay. Shadow of Torment. You were arrested and thoroughly interrogated using creative and violent methods. Carouse. Okay. Apex of Brilliance. You managed to corrupt an entire star system and turn it to your personal den of thieves. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
New challenge for me.
Commissar. Commissars of the Officio Perfectus are ruthless officers charged with maintaining the morale, discipline, and fighting spirit of their Astra Militarum regiment. Used to be one of these faithful servants of the God Emperor, a living symbol of Imperium authority, regarded with a mix of fear and awe by their subordinates. Gives you ballistic skill, fellowship. Athletics, coercion. Grim portents. The souls of all who perish in a brutal offensive still haunt your nightmares and torture your soul. Awareness. -5. Illustrious glory. Your name has become a synonym for loyalty and valor, and your visage has adorned many Imperial Guard propaganda posters. Coercion. These are some pretty badass dudes. Okay, let's go next. Sure. Looks just like her. Hold on real quick. Let me let the dog out. She's doing the thing again.
You wanna go? You wanna go?
Very fantastic. Yeah. Go with that. A 2E. Oh, is that? Oh, that's the dude. It looked like it blew up like super big. Oh, face. Sure, let's look at the faces. She looks like Mr. Robot. It looks like a war-hardened chick. Look at that jaw. She's been lick-maxing. Very jolly. Anime. Perpetually surprised. Hold on. She got the lip filler. Alright. Let's go to war-hardened chick. There she is. In the middle. I love the figures. The character models in these games. I just love it. They look awesome. Sure. How often am I going to see hair? That has to be for the men. Stone cold. You know, that's fine. We're not gonna see a lot of that anyway. Sure. Knocks in the moon. Wow. Chrome dome. Just bald? Oh, nose job. The J-Lo?
Fire the logs, batteries.
Sure.
I am but a harbinger of the destruction!
I always keep my options open.
Send their souls to the void. Step by step I lead.
side.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
Ah, okay. Patient fortune? Ow. Guilty for hit. There you go. I thought there were two different ships that you could select. I'm missing some. Oops, shit, I'm missing something there. Okay, Hector. Oh no. Let me know. All right, cool. Outfit settings. That's it? Ah. Cool. That only took half an hour. First time loading up the game. Any button. Pressing any button. Okay. Keyboard.
an excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Not blocking these beautiful artwork too much, am I? Okay. Choice in dialogue. Okay. Let's take a look. Alright, anyway. We're gonna play into it. Truly.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity.
Okay, I'll have to read my responses. I keep forgetting about that.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Lieutenant General Philomena Scipio Grimwald, commander of the 8th Army of the Scanthian Janissaries.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this voyage ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Master of Whispers. I don't know, would she not know that? I don't think it matters too much. I assume he had some goal in mind when he decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrat von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
First rogue trader. It's a religious thing to them. Interactable objects. Yep. I heard the Seneschal gave the senior officers another public dressing down recently. Oh, I don't know. Hold on. Sorry, this is very tiny. Oh god, okay, he said something else. Alright.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The environments are really good. Carpet's all messed up there.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Okay, this is just how the game runs. Better hardware or not. Bushed. Damn. Movement points. Yeah. Maybe I should not have moved so close up. The characters just miss. Equip your character with a decent weapon and place them on the vantage point. She can move. Great distance.
I'll see to it personally.
I missed again. Okay. I'll have another weapon to equip him with. What did I miss here? Did I miss something? When used for 1 round, do not suffer damage from allied attacks and deal 26% more damage to enemies. That's what I was doing wrong. No, that's not it. What am I missing here? Because I said to arm myself with a decent weapon, but I don't have anything else right now. Should I have talked to someone back there? Did he just bust a Wesker? Dude's fucking Wesker, man. Denial. Characters with melee weapons block adjacent enemies' ability to perform attacks with ranged pistols. Or sorry, with ranged weapons. Pistols and shotguns are an exception to this rule. Those can be fired at point blank range. Is that what I'm doing wrong? Should I be like further away? No, because I'm only hitting dude for 1. Okay. Sure.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Spread out
I'm
notice without
afraid
entering the
I
premises.
must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
There we go. Okay. Loading to orient. Okay.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh dear. Oh, that's right.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
There's an impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Elder Thrad, Theodore von Valancius' features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Elder Thrad. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
So, lore, Xeno, lore, warp. Xenos, let's see, those spirits could well be the natives' names for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship, or there are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Aeon 5 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it will give us the answer. The first one.
Reasonable and prudent. However, Chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do out of thread. I'll go with the second one. We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds?
Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. I suggest you familiarize yourself with that fact before you are sorely.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
He wasn't facing her.
So, why are you here?
Wasn't that you who sent for me?
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lick-spittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed.
So I was told.
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over
Manifest
numerous
destiny.
planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Sure, I'm ready to take on the sacred purpose.
Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, Even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Okay. It wants to lead me down this way, so does this mean there are more? Does this mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Let's see. Why are you wasting your time on me? Sure, did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you.
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Damn. I don't think I want to get rash with her. Just thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Okay. Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir.
You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusions when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows.
I'm gonna let her know about an incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
I mean, if you just invalidate everything
Lady
you
Theodora,
hear.
For the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Sure, navigator, translation. What are these things that you speak of? It's like Chinese.
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
Where is your ship headed?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykard on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position.
Hint, hint.
Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Fantastic. I have no more questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
How lovely. Initiative, yep.
Pathetically sound of it. Red Demoral! Die! Just a minor setback.
Just a flesh wound. Well, thank you. I had to get hit first. Is there somewhere I'm supposed to get a better weapon at?
Out of my way! I've suffered worse.
I bring ruin.
Ugh. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Oh shit.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. One fewer target. Weapon at the ready. To the heretics.
Can I hit him from here? Positive effect. Your character has received a temporary positive effect from an ally. Such effects enhance your character's abilities, capabilities, and combat in some way. Okay. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Emperor, protect me.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Reduced to dust.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Alright. Fantastic. Alright, well, ship has officially hit the fan. Alrighty. Definitely gonna enjoy hopping into this game and moving a little further than sort of the first boss battle. Alright, you beautiful Curse Bearers, you Voidborn. Thank you for spending time with me if you did. I will be back with more Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader very soon. As usual, I hope you're having the best day possible. Make it a good one. And don't you dare go hollow.
A little tired, a little wired, and I think I deserve a little appreciation.